What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. Today I have a 10-minute home ab workout for you based off of a recent appearance I made on Kelly and Ryan where I was asked to name the worst ab exercises. Well, you see guys, the problem with these exercises is that they actually overwork your hip flexors. So while they're giving you abs, they also give you back pain too. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to give you a step-by-step follow-along workout that you can do, and I mean everyone can do this because all you need is a mat and a hardwood floor and some space in your apartment or your home, and you're going to be able to get this done. Remember, beginners, you can do this. You go for as long as you can. Each of the exercises scripted for 1 minute. You go for as long as you can. The interset rest periods, I'm going to explain what the next exercise is and how to do it. You ready? Let's knock this one out. The first 5 exercises are starting down here on the mat, and the goal again is to get those hip flexors out of it and make your abs do more of the work. And we start here with something called the halo. And unlike the lying leg raise where you actually use too much of your hip flexor to just simply lift your legs up and down, we don't care about the legs as much as we care about the pelvis. Your goal is to simply get your pelvis up off the mat every single repetition. Now your feet, they actually do the work. They're creating clockwise circles for 30 seconds at the top, and then counterclockwise circles for the other 30 seconds of this minute. Good job on that one, guys. The next one here is a variation of a standard sit-up. Instead of anchoring your feet under something which only promotes the hip flexors to do the work to pull your body off the ground, we can do this. It's called a frog crunch. You put your feet together and you press them together as hard as you can. You should instantly feel your hamstrings light up. With your hamstrings activated, your hip flexors are going to take a little bit of a nap here and make your abs do all of the work. Next, we're going to shift the focus a little bit now to the obliques. And to do that, we know we have to rotate. You know, not just tap your hands back and forth like in a traditional Russian twist. I mean rotate. So to take those hip flexors out of this, guys, remember, keep your heels down. There's no need to have to lift them up on this. Instead, focus on what really matters, and that is creating that rotation. And that's going to come through pulling your elbow back, actually rowing it back to each side when you twist it to each side. You'll feel the difference immediately, and when you do, you'll know you're doing it the right way. Keeping the focus here on the obliques, we don't ever have to do another dumbbell side bend. As a matter of fact, as I said, you don't need to use any equipment to get a good ab workout, as you're finding out. This one is called the side plank thread the needle. So what we're doing is we're mimicking that side bend without having to actually ever do that, because we build the lateral pillar strength from the bottom up. Lift up, keep your arm up into the air, but then we add that third dimension by reaching through and creating some rotation that our body and core has to control. Perform 30 seconds on each side and you're more than halfway home through this workout. If you see my ab workouts, you probably know I'm not a big fan of the plank, only because I think it's a little bit too remedial, and again, it tends to work the hip flexors more than it does the posterior chain or the muscles on the back side of our body. But we can kill two birds with one stone here, and this is with the Black Widow knee slide. You simply drive one knee towards the elbow, pull up into a posterior tilt to really activate the abs, and then don't forget that posterior chain. You kick that leg back and extend the hip all the way up to the ceiling, come back down and alternate. Continue to perform this for 1 minute or as long as you can hang in. Now it's time to kick that mat out to the side and put those socks on the hardwood floor or anything that your feet will slide on. Guys, this is how we can work the bottom-up ab movements without having to lift the weight of our legs, like in a hanging leg raise. To do this, instead of pulling your knees straight in, which is going to promote more of that hip flexor dominance, you bring them out to the side. We call this the frog circle. You can see the position of the legs looks a bit like a frog, but what it's really doing is activating hip external rotators instead of hip flexors, and still allowing you to pull from the bottom up to really work those lower abs. You're almost there, guys. One left. This is the sliding ab tuck. Once again, using that slick floor. Do not bend your knees here, guys. All you're doing is lifting your pelvis as high as you possibly can towards the ceiling by simply hinging at the waist. If you do this right, you'll feel your abs driving the movement, and the only thing that could potentially cause your knees to bend even a little bit is just the inflexibility of your hamstrings. Don't worry, we'll get to that in another video. The key is finish strong, keep those legs straight, make your abs do the work. So there you have it, guys, your ab workout that's quickly going to become one of your favorites because at the same time it's going to help you to get those abs. It's not going to ruin your back in the process. Guys, if you're looking for programs where we break everything down step by step, including a meal plan that'll help those abs of yours to show, you can find them over at ATHLEAN-X.com. If you found the video helpful, make sure you leave your comments and thumbs up. Share it with someone else that you want to challenge to do the same workout. And also make sure you click subscribe and turn your notifications so you never miss a new video when we put one out. All right, guys, see you soon. Good luck.